This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, very good. So I guess I'll do it official. We'll start the meeting at 7:31. First order of business would be the minutes. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
Oh, I'd like to just make one
Go ahead.
point, I guess. Maybe it would be good to bring him up. It's a little harder than I thought it might be, but and that is because there's a section in the minutes talking about where is it?
I thought it was like in the front yards. All that stuff.
It was the May minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on one second, and should be able to bring them up.
Sorry.
Well, well, the only person who's probably going to see them is you, right? This just the business about commission, new business. Commission proposes 49 acres. I'm not sure where the 49 acres comes from. Why don't we let it just be changed to say parcels? Just leave it. It doesn't have to be a specific amount. We were talking about all those parcels that Barbara and I identified as currently owned by the township that could be considered for preservation, not under open land protection, but under the Rossi, the Register of Open Space, or the Recreation and Open Space Inventory.
Okay.
So can we note those down?
So yeah, what do you want us to change it to again?
The recreation, so remove the 49 acres.
And put in the word parcel.
Commissioner proposes.
Put in parcels instead of 49 acres.
Okay.
As the township to be considered for preservation under the recreation and open land.
Open space inventory.
Okay, I can change that before it goes out.
Okay. And you can put in parentheses after recreation and open space inventory, all caps, ROSI.
Okay.
Because eventually people will know what the Rossi is, and that's all we'll have to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
49 acres.
I don't know where the 49 acres came from, because it's,
That's the one. So, right. Yeah, that's right at the dam at Malgaway. Below the dam, that's across from Malgaway. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that specific location. But in general, there's a number of parcels that should be included. And does anybody else, since we're on this, does anybody else want to see those parcels? Because I did send them to Mark. Is Mark here?
Here.
Hi, Mark. So, I sent you all the parcel stuff. But if anybody...
I shared it with the mayor, and I also forwarded the list to the county, to the administrator to look over.
Okay. And if anybody on the commission would like to have that list or see it or look it over or anything, I can be happy to send it out. I just didn't do that.
I'll take a look at it. I feel like I should probably look at it since I'm in the chair. I know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just send it to you too. I should have. Okay. Nobody else wants to clog up their computer, huh? Well,
I mean, you can say, what are these are parcels that you what?
already owned by the township.
Right.
And could be added to the Rossi now. And that way they would be permanently protected without having to go in and do any kind of deed changing that is really elaborate and expensive. And the criteria for why they're on the list is because they're either too wet or adjacent to something like a stream or a lake, or adjacent to already preserved land. And they're not built.
It'd be probably all like environmentally sensitive, I'm assuming. I mean, that either developable or
There, well, some are developable, but a few are. But those are the ones that are next to already preserved land, and they're not huge. We're not talking about big parcels for the most part. But in any event, those were the criteria that we used for suggesting that the township hold on to them, because the township's always having sales, and it seems very arbitrary what they put on sale, because they put on sale things that are all wet, But anyway, I'll send it to you, and you guys can see. Anybody else?
I'll look at it.
Let's see. Who? All right. Sorry. Okay. Evan, back to you.
That's okay. I saw you. So we have to approve the minutes. I guess we can just anybody wants to make a motion to approve the minutes with the amendment. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Margaret makes the motion. Bill seconds. Okay. All in favor?
How about that, Steve?
All. Aye.
It's
All right. For guests, we have Roger Durr and Barbara Halpern. Anybody want to have anything to say before we get into the planning and zoning board applications?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can always, because I have a lot of random things to talk about with Piney Hollow and stuff too. So, emergency response and management report, there were none. All right, I guess we'll move into the application. So, the first one I have is the zoning board 2413. It's block 1401, lot 25 at 3078 Proposed Avenue in Franklinville. Applicant wants to place a 30 by 60 pole barn for personal equipment storage and variance for the accessory structure to extend forward of the existing structure. I'm guessing that just means they want to, like, their house is here. They want to have that pole barn closer to the street. Is that what that means? Okay. All right. I don't know. Do we have anybody have any thoughts about this one?
Yeah, we're selling what they don't sell it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 I would hope that the board would really have a press. One of the first.
I mean, other than that, and
It's still
I don't know if you'd really have any comment on it.
Yeah.
doesn't have wet.
It's, well, from what I could see, am I correct that it's really only what was the size of it? Small. It's small. It's just that it protrudes beyond the front of the house. Is that correct?
30 by 60.
Yeah, 30 by 60. That's pretty small compared to most pole barns that we see.
Yeah.
And the only reason he needs a variance is because of the protrusion, right?
Well, I assume he needs it for the size as well. You know,
12 inch.
yeah. But
Look,
we're changing it anyway. Eventually.
yeah, but even so, the size is, well, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Next allowable size is 1,200 square feet.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is big. It's both size and, yeah. Did he turn,
United size.
if the,
So unless there's a garage on the existing house. Yeah.
so it's a no comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the good.
Wow.
All right, so the next one is ZB 2414, and it's block 6302, lot 7 at 862 Salem Avenue, Franklinville. They want to put an addition on their house to elongate the existing bedroom and master bath. And I also saw something I thought I saw something on the application about a living room as well. But I kind of feel like there was like something, I guess, like some things were like crossed out.
They wanted it better, but they call it garage. That's the garage fast
Oh, yeah. Okay.
because they're anyway what they have the current rather just like that can get flown on. I don't know, Russ.
I don't think we have on that one to be this too.
I kind of feel like we can't really, I guess, say anything much about it, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Was this the one that had the two surveys? The survey, I made notes on this, but now I can't put my hands on them, of course. This is 2413, right?
Was that last part you said?
2413?
Yeah. No, 2414 is the one the federal expansion.
All right. This was the one that it was a little confusing as to what it was fronting on, because it seems to be on Salem Avenue, which is. Am I confusing it? I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out exactly where it was. What it amounted to. You've got that stuff in front of you. Can you just explain where Salem Avenue comes in?
Maybe it's $8. It's just Woodbell Acre.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, acres is
That's what.
West North is owns y'all. On Bluebell? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the variance for? Do you?
They call it.
I honestly do not remember. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't even know why they're going to this anymore. I don't think they need to, but whatever.
It wasn't entirely clear because all we have is the survey, right? No, there's an application.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it.
Did they need a variance for this one?
They have to if they're coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I read that. I didn't see it here.
Okay.
There's something to.
That's everything. Like the underside lot, the trees just
Yeah.
keep on. Give me that.
And I don't see anything really listed in here.
It seemed like, yeah, I couldn't quite. Addition to.
Then I have a variance application for it here.
Yeah, but it's not clear what he's actually after. At least,
Yeah.
it wasn't quite clear to me. It was also kind of hard to read his handwriting, but
It is.
The only reason given is reason for request is addition to house, and then additional thing is enlarging bedrooms / at a place. Yeah.
Right.
It's back, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. Could
Details given.
yeah, it looked like the lot was big enough for all of it, wasn't it? Well, it's a no comment, but it's as far as I'm concerned. But
Yeah.
I just wasn't clear what it is that he was asking for.
They probably don't know either. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, but it costs a lot of money to ask for a variance. So, I mean, you would think it would be helpful to be real clear. It didn't look like it was a problem.
Yeah. All right. And then the last one is Planning Board 2402. Lot 1802, lot 16 to 17 on Grand Avenue. And they're seeking to adjust the lot line to make frontage conform to requirements for a future building requirement. And it looks like they want to put like a small subdivision on there. It looks like maybe in the future. But I don't know. I guess can we say anything until we actually get the pitch for the subdivision?
Well, what was most confusing about this one is that there are two surveys that came with it that both have the same number at least, and they're showing in two different places as far as I could tell. This is, well, first of all, the one that shows the subdivision itself is upside down in that north is down at the bottom of the page. So this is south of Grant Avenue, and it fronts on Grant Avenue. Okay, fine, but when you look at the second survey,
I think that was a mistake on the secretary's part, because that survey was for a project that got approval a meeting or two ago on Clearfield Avenue.
Oh.
That was just a typo.
oh, because it says Grant.
I did.
Wait a minute, the application.
Application. You know, it's the wrong survey.
Yeah, so one of the surveys is the mistake. Because I looked on the Franklinville map, and it didn't have the same shape. You're right, it's Clearfield Avenue. I couldn't figure out.
The last ending board meeting got his approval.
Oh, so that's why I was totally thrown off.
That's correct.
Okay, so that
Higher subdivision, it's a lot line adjustment, but
right, it is just a lot line adjustment.
line adjustment is classified as a subdivision.
So it's just they're just planning in the future. They might put a subdivision in. They want to get it.
Yeah, what happened was both those lots were sold by the township.
Yeah.
Two different individuals bought them. The one on the eastern side only had 100-foot frontage, so the larger lot is giving 50 feet to the smaller lot to make it conforming.
Okay.
It's the best, I think.
But sorry, build.
On this one, are you talking about this one, the 2402?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Avenue.
Okay.
They really.
So it's a long, skinny. One of them is a long, skinny lot, and the other is wider. But they both conform. Except for the ratio problem.
Yeah.
But that's not an issue, and they have both that wetlands in the back of property. So.
Yep.
And did they already go for a wetlands delineation of some kind? No, they won't need to until they are proposing to build, right? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get delineated. They just overlaid the map. I was like,
Right, exactly. So this also seemed like a no comment, except now that you explained the conflicting survey.
yeah, I think that was just a mistake.
Yeah, it was just funny because they were in more or less the same vicinity, somewhat.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't line up. It wouldn't match. So, and I didn't remember the Clearfield one. I should.
I don't think we ever reviewed it. I don't know why we never got it. But
Oh, maybe that's it.
it came. You got this work.
I definitely didn't remember that one. Okay, so that was quick.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, go on to old business. I went to Piney Hollow about maybe like a week to 2 weeks ago, and I walked up into I walked kind of maybe like a mile. No, maybe like not even that. I guess it was like to Dyke 2. I walked up to, and it looked pretty good mostly. I mean, it didn't look like there was any like fresh damage or anything like that. And there was quite a bit of water in there. But then I went down to Unexpected Road, and there's another trail that's supposed to come out to Unexpected Road. That's right? Like, so there's two trails. Okay, is one supposed to come out at the very end, just before you get into the Unexpected Wildlife Reserve? Okay, I suppose two cars parked out there, but I didn't want to walk on that trail because it was all overgrown with grass, and I already got a tick on me just from walking in short grass to begin with.
I was covered. But
What's that? Piney Hollow?
I went one time. I got walked down the recovery.
Yeah.
But I never went.
Yeah. I think I ended up getting like 3 on me. It's just not pleasant. It's not good.
Pick out.
Yeah. Because a lot of the trail it's like, I'll say clear, but it's also, there's a lot of grass. So I probably won't be going back until the winter time, unfortunately. But I mean, things look, pretty decent. But there was the other trail that goes out to Unexpected, the first one. That one looked minorly overgrown, I'd say. And then there was a whole bunch of tarps that were covering something. I'm not going to go investigate this. Yeah, I'm not.
Could get
No, you get like 1,000 ticks on. Yeah. So there was a whole bunch of tarps that were like right near Unexpected Road, right where like there was a boundary to the farmer's field. And that's pretty much all I really saw. But yeah, is there?
You're saying that was at the first entrance, the so-called first entrance on Unexpected Road,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. which is
There's like a gate there, and
where that's where the transmission tower is, right, Barbara? Isn't that correct?
He's talking about the one next to the Unexpected Farm.
Yeah.
The first one when you go down Unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one is the one that's right near the entrance to the Unexpected Wildlife.
Right, across from it. And that's where the two cars were, and where you got and where the grass was growing.
yeah.
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 It's an old road, but I'm sure it's overgrown with
Yeah.
grass. But you're saying the first
Like as far as like the Chino, was that?
the first entrance is where the tarps were?
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's really the only visible trash that I saw. That I mean, there's
We saw about different car. I mean, that is the car.
oh yeah. I mean, we saw like a bottom and yeah, but that's pretty much it. So it wasn't terrible, and but I'm gonna go back again in like cooler weather once there's not as many ticks and see if I can do the whole trail.
So
Yeah.
are we saying that where the farm and the wildlife management area that Piney Hollow meet, the trash was farther in, but it was along the perimeter.
Yeah. There's like a fence from dividing the farm and the and the reserve. That's where the trash is inside our property. But
That's still there. Is that still there?
yeah, it's just a big pile of mystery trash, I'll say.
Right. So that's never been cleaned up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's new.
Oh, that's new. That's new.
Entrance to the trail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not as new.
No, I'm asking about the farm trash that was inside the preserve, but right next to the farm land.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah.
Up against the fence.
Sounds like the farm dump.
Yeah.
And nicely covering it with top.
I didn't even think there was a fence between the farmland and the preserve.
It looked like there was. Wouldn't you say there was a fence? Yeah.
There didn't used to be.
Yeah. I think it's been here for a while. Looked like it's, I mean, we're not talking barbed wire. I don't know. Might as well be sticks.
I'm confused. That whole area that the farm dumped inside, and also there were also hunting stands in the trees. Right? What?
That's much further in.
Go there.
Yeah, we didn't go there. So we just were driving down. I didn't want to risk biting. Yeah. It's just right off of Unexpected Road that we saw.
I thought you were able to see that farm trash from Unexpected, but maybe that's not the case, because I never went out and looked at it. So I don't know. You can't? You have to walk it?
Yeah.
About five.
What's Barbara saying? I can't hear.
You have to get in pretty far to see it unless you come from the farm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Are there any updates on the boardwalk thing?
There is they got the bid and they got the contractor, but when I talked to Mr. Finley, he said that he's having an issue with where to get the money to pay for Piney Hollow. He doesn't think he can get it out of the open space fund because he thinks that there was a resolution passed when the open space fund was created that says it can only be used to pay for buying farmland for preservation.
Oh, I asked Ralph about that, and he said that no, that's not true. He said it has both. He said there's no such resolution that only mentions farmland.
Well, maybe he was looking at the voter referendum, which really just refers to buying property and paying off property debt. Because he did say something about Ralph waving the piece of paper at the meeting where they were going to use the money for mowing the lawn.
Yes, that's different.
Children.
That's because
Oh, right.
that's so because the referendum specifically mentions. Ralph just explained that at the planning board meeting when we're standing all standing in the corridors there. That it prevents. It has to be land that was bought for open space. It can't be land that was that belongs to the township for municipal building purposes or something like that. It has to just be open space or farmland. And that's what he was waving the paper about.
Yeah, I was there. Sometimes I forgot that I was involved in that, but it doesn't matter. It was my piece of paper, but I let him just go on and say it was Ralph. But anyway, he's saying that he's going to have to take the money out of the budget surplus, which supposedly they have like over $1 million of budget surplus, but and that you could change things like passing another ordinance or resolution if he doesn't think he's allowed to take the money out of that. But for some reason, he's putting the whole job off. And so the budget is it's just, to me, it sounded like excuses not to start because you don't have to pay the people until the job is done. They take months to do it. And if they started today, plenty of time to pass any kind of resolution or any kind of ordinance you need, or don't feel that you're being covered under the open space fund. And if we have $1 million surplus, why are we waiting for the budget even if we're so financially great? I mean, I didn't really understand, the excuses I was being given as to why we just can't get started. And, we start the better. But
$1 million surplus is considered insufficient.
Is what?
It's considered insufficient for a town their size. $1 million surplus.
Right.
But the other issue is you can't start a project until the money is certified.
well,
So you can't start something and not have the money
We're
ready.
waiting until now to find out later on have the money.
It's not that they don't have the money. I came in at the end of this. I was using but you said he was waiting until the budget was right. It's not a matter of fact that we don't have the money. It's just making sure we know where it would assume. Because I haven't spoken to him, making sure we know where it's allocated when we start assigning money to projects.
but if the open space fund has the money. So I don't understand. When I talked to Rob Ferber of the New Jersey Conservation Foundation, he also thought that a resolution could change something that wasn't adequately spoken in the language of the referendum. And they've used this money from the open space fund in the past to put a outbuilding, shed type building over at Forest Grove Park. They've used the money for a lot of other things. So I don't understand why now all of a sudden it's a problem to use the money to actually do a stewardship grant for grade A.
Well, what is the total cost of the project? We're covering half.
I think he said 190 would be our cap.
Huh.
Well, it's only a $400,000 grant, and it came in under budget. So, the most we would have had to put out was $200,000, and we don't even have to put out $200,000 out of our pockets necessarily, because costs could be reduced by having volunteers and public works doing part of the work. So I don't understand. I don't pretend to know everything that goes on in town or how bridges work or anything like that, but it just baffles the mind that they can't just fix this problem and get it out of the open space fund. Because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars of open space fund when I understand like something close to $1 million, $700,000. And if it takes the resolution to make sure that we can do it for trust stewardship, then we could just pass it in July and get going on it.
Yeah, that's right. It's gotten ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. what is this now? 5 years? At least 5 years.
Well, 2016 is when we applied for the grant. We received the grant in the summer of 2017. So that's 7 years.
7 years. 7 years for a grant that was approved before any, and there's still no work done under it whatsoever.
Like, right. But we have the money. Oh my God.
It is. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's really no excuse for it.
What? We're not. If it's not a resolution, it's an ordinance. If it's an ordinance, it only takes 2 meetings. I mean, when are they going to adopt this budget that's supposedly holding us up?
It's, well, we have the temporary budget now. I'm not sure. Well, it's a woman that is both.
No, I don't know why.
I know the budget fast. It's chippy. Yeah.
I mean, that's the latest. Like I said, we have to do an ordinance. It would be introduced in July, passed it in August. I get a little bit on this project before winter comes. Where it'll rise in the park flood at working, it's been very difficult to do.
Well, I'm assuming the bid is only good for so long, right?
I don't know. You would know better than me.
Well, I mean,
Sure,
wouldn't, as a contractor, you wouldn't skip open-ended bid.
Take that was wrong.
Initial bid. Well, yeah, I mean, usually there's some sort of expiration date. Not saying that there will be any change, but, you know, it's not, might have to be.
Right, and contract is maybe busy with other things. Other quad.
Probably a time limit.
Yeah, to accept stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be, if this is a priority, which it should be, I don't see why we're not losing guys. Ordinance, resolution, whatever it takes, or get this thing up.
Yeah. It's a miracle that they haven't pulled the money back. It is, and denied us any future funding. The DEP hasn't pulled the money back and denied us future funding. 7 years is a very long time, even for a DEP grant.
Well, they've gotten so pissed off that they've changed all future plan funding so that you will have a strict 2 years for this project. They will no longer listen to, oh, we need a little more time. You know, they've got to the point where enough is enough. So now the Green Acres program has failed. So once this is done, you know, if we ever get another one, we better move a little faster.
Are you sure about what Silly said? Because, I mean, why did they ever put it out for bid? They'd already had the matching funds.
I had the conversation. I'm completely 100% up here. So yes.
Yeah, good.
So I thought they had said before that they sent it out for bids.
And that,
They do.
and that was months ago. Yes, they wanted to do like months ago, where they got the bid they wanted months ago. And it took me probably to fill in on the phone to find out what's the whole shot. That was only like, what, 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Or,
Well,
found this out.
God forbid we try to ever do anything in Malibu Lake Park,
Yeah.
because it sounds like it would be just as difficult.
Yeah.
And I did. Okay, I'll let you go on.
Well, I was just saying, speaking of Malibu Lake Park, actually, we need to still put up the new posts. And
I did call them. Go ahead.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just had one more thing to say about Piney Hollow. When you pull into the parking lot, there's like a little, there's the area where you get the trail maps. That's empty. And then also there is like a plaque that I couldn't go read because it's nothing but poison ivy all around. And it's humongous poison. It looks like so yeah, it's everywhere. It's just like
trail where you get the back.
Yeah.
But that was all poison ivy.
I had to tiptoe around the poison ivy to look into the trail map box.
Public Works could go out there.
Yeah. I took pictures. I completely forgot about that because it's been a while. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in. That's all. But
It's a friendly place.
yeah, I think that's
I believe it's poison ivy.
That's Chance Brew.
yeah.
It's close. I just find one handle file. I showed it to and it was Another one sticking out on the darn up playground.
I sprayed shit out around the.
I bet you down.
Roundup still works.
Well, it still works. Not too good for insects, though. I mean,
I mix it in
for
like
people, right?
10% of what they tell you to.
Well, you can use horticultural vinegar.
So then you call
I did. I talked to Public Works, and that's what we needed. I talked to Deanna, and she was.
I believe them.
She
Do you use
she went and talked and called me back that I'll just.
it's not about
I'll wait until we're finished. There.
Yes.
She said, I guess they just want to go out and take a look at the post so they know what needs to be done. So I talked to her over a week ago, and she called me back rather over a week ago. But I didn't hear from them in this past week. Where are we? Monday? Yeah. I didn't hear from them last week. I was sort of hoping to. Should have just called to see. I gather nobody's been out there yet from Public Works to take a look at what it needs. But I did describe it. So I'll just follow up with, and if I don't hear from her in a few days, because they needed to send somebody out to figure out what exactly needed to be done, even though I described it, and so I don't have a date for them to do that yet. I hope we'll get that they will be willing to put the posts in. I mean, they have the equipment to do that. And
Yeah.
I'd be happy to go tackle on some numbers. I'm not going to install the posts personally.
Yeah. All right, very good. Let's see.
But God forbid we should try to ever do anything else with the rest of the park, right? Fix
Yeah.
put in a walking trail, get better shade over near the playground, any of those other things that were in the concept map. Has Mark, have you seen the concept map for Malaga Lake Park?
Yeah. If you get the
No, that
I'm at a permission to where Dan was there. You can all was out.
was done by the county planner, the county landscape architect,
It was probably around 20 or 20.
something like that.
And no, I have not seen it.
Okay, well, I sent it to some of the township committee a couple of years back, so I probably should do it again. But the problem is that I understand that CME was paid to do an engineering plan for Malaga Lake Park. Did you hear any? I never saw that. Did anybody ever see that? Barbara, did you?
There was an engineering plan done even before that. When Leland was what I'd learned first. I'd see the plan. I'm not sure where that plan said at this point.
And was it CME?
I believe it was,
And it cost $30,000.
but it might not have been Sam's. I'm not sure who the engineer
It was back in 2015.
Yeah, it was
like
probably,
AR8 or something.
yeah, AR8 then when it had it then.
It must have. I'll fix that. Right between the verdicts.
I don't know. Yeah, it may have been a different engineer that did the plant. It involved a lot of just did the housing. Yeah,
And in fact, what?
but it involved a lot of changing of the grade, and it may have been an issue with the wetland follow that plan.
Oh, right, okay.
It was more complicated. The plan that the concept plan that the county did was very simple. That Suzanne worked on with the county, and Joe worked on it, and I was direct.
Joe Arsenal was I think he was still chair, actually, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. But yeah, that was a much more simple plan. It didn't involve any real changes to get right. It was definitely more to do along with the additions of the park. Fence getting up the site itself.
Still have to deal with the drainage issue, though, right?
yeah, the drainage needs to be dealt. I know I met with Sammy in there. He's working at the Fighting Hollow Grave. And we talked about right back then. And what's interesting is there's a drain out in the field on the side of the parking lot. And that drain goes underground and actually exits out right towards the lake. Those are applied there. I don't know if it's possible to look into it, take the water of this in the park like it's gone by. That water could somehow be flagged to citizen West and drainage pipe. I said that's the way, or it would have to first be treated in some way. You know, I don't know what the sort of rules are at this point for parking lot like that. But there is some existing drainage that might be able to be practiced.
What's the drainage, bro? The parking lot floods.
Yeah, the parking lot floods so bad people get their cars stuck in it on the coast.
And it drowns out one or two trees that are planted there.
Remember?
Yeah, no, it
Yeah, and I replaced one of those trees.
plays up there. Lives
I'm sorry, can you say that stuff again? It's hard to hear.
Jason helped with those trees. He planted them with, I don't know, you and, you know?
Yeah.
Right. They brought equipment and replanted two of the trees. And I think one of them was killed again, I believe.
Yeah, at least one died from the wetness. Even though they were red maple, they still couldn't handle the amount of water.
Right, exactly.
Frequencies. It's frequent. They have to be something really album. I don't even know if a well was extreme mix. I think the only thing that was maybe a cypress from now because it's bad.
Okay.
Anything else about writing?
Good question. What was my takeaway from that last portion of that Malaga? That there's a concept plan and, you know, that we've been working on, you know, trying to just to take a relook at take a look at it, and, you know, we've asked some to do, Nation Grant multiple times that offers them the concept plan, but there's been no take like stuff.
I'll send that out to everybody again. Along with the parcel information.
One thing that's nice about the park is that when I was there, I had the idea to put in the flower garden or residential house, and Joe helped, and John helped. Joe, John, and I donated plants, and we all met there. That was a cleanup fest, and we built, you know, with black timbers to frame it out so we could get run over because everything we planted at the park used to get ran over by the mower. And we, you know, we framed it out and then we planted it. And I think Jason actually is some rototillage for us for that garden. You remember Jason?
Okay.
Yeah. And for years, you know, after it was planted, you know, the plants would still come up, but it was overcome with weeds. Nobody had time to really maintain it. You still get some nice flowers. And then I get the garden angel. No, yeah, the garden angel. It's to go over the garden. And they, you know, it's a beautiful thing in the park. You know, these people, we don't know who they are. Some anonymous person or they put labels on plants. They put more plants in. They keep it weeded. They want little garden things. You know, it's ongoing. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
These people love this like venture. It's the most beautiful thing in the park now.
You saw about that by next to where the fishing pier?
Yeah.
Gross. No, I gotta go check it out.
I was looking at it because some darling people are perfect. They thought you why give it.
So what?
Beautiful.
That's what they have wildflowers.
Well, yeah, they started out with what we had planted, and they added even more. Some of the original plants, I go there and I say, "Oh, yeah, I planted that. I that from seed." You know, Joe planted that.
These people are like mystery people, but they're there.
Yeah, we don't know who they are, but they've spent money on it because they put in a thing about we didn't connection. Yeah, I don't think they did from seeds. I mean, I basically then stuff from our own yard. It's just we see it, we started our own plants. These people, I think they're going like Triple Oaks or something and buying plants. Yeah, unbelievably gorgeous.
We have to put some surveillance out there for that these people.
So we can find our benefactors.
Not like enough to a new level. It's when her warming and say, it's shocked. Yeah, and that's what kind of pisses me off when I hear somebody say, people that use our current animals, and then you look at something like this, and you realize how wrong that person was about it. I'll tell you, it was pretty clean. Yeah, the whole party, it's really great that we walked. They were, a bag of trash is what I figured.
Yeah, the only place that ever has some problem is coming down Malaga Park Drive alongside the road. That always gets that always needs a lot of people because it takes a while to pick up all the stuff that's down along that. It's as if everybody waits to get on that road before they toss their trash or something.
For the cost.
Yeah,
they pulled out TV.
Yeah, in the past, lots of stuff went to it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I don't want to offend you guys, but I know you like the Fighting Olive place and whatnot, but I feel like the focus should be on Malibu Lake Park. It's a much nicer park, in my opinion.
It would have been, but the story we were focused on.
I remember we're on Malibu Lake for a while.
We were focused on it, but the first grant that came along was a stewardship grant. And that only fit at Putney Hollow. What Malibu needs is a development grant to fix and redevelop the park. And those have come along, and I made sure to email Penn Hall, like, look, we should go for this. We have a contact plan. We were suing to get it, and Suzanne and I will help. And I'll get back to you. And then I asked a couple months later, because I know they didn't get back today. They didn't do it. You have to do it quickly. Hard to get these grant. You have to move on. That's what
not going to grant application really isn't.
Yeah, you're good at writing applications, but you got to realize how many hoops you have to go through before the application is good. You have to do all these mega steps along the way. You did the presentation.
Yeah, true.
Advertising. You have to do public outreach. You have to do a lot of stuff to get there. And, the town never takes stuff on it. And it's been, since we got Tiny Hollow, every time there's a grant that we work from Malaga, I have emailed everyone and said, hey, we should do this. We can do it. We can get it.
Right.
And I get nowhere. But,
and obviously, our record with receiving a grant and implementing it really is really terrible. So I don't see the point in getting one.
Sorry about the sex. He's never going back.
If you click, then one out of it cleared up. You can walk.
Nah, listen, I'm not trashing Fighting Olive. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, nice for your buck, like, Malibu Lake Park could be a really beautiful park.
It could be. It could be.
I don't know the word I'm looking for. Where it's more open, user accessible, it's more user friendly.
It's not for all ages. It's more for
I mean, Fighting Olive is like a nature preserve. Like that.
But it is. But it should be possible to go on a trail where you don't have to get ticks by wading through grass because it's maintained and it has a decent trail. It still needs a decent trail in from the parking lot, and it needs maintenance and it needs cleanup. And there's just no excuse that the town has 3 parks, right? 3 parks of any substance, not counting that one up off of, Washington Avenue or Grant or whatever it is. It's Washington, I guess. And which is practically nothing. We have so few parks, and we can't maintain them.
Yeah.
We have broken posts on our nature trail. We have an overly flooded trail through Piney Hollow, overgrown grass and weeds, no cleanup. Honest to God, I mean, the town doesn't deserve any grants, or at least it doesn't deserve labor in writing them, which I've always been perfectly willing to do, but we can't ever seem to get any real cooperation. So I'm not willing to do it now, I can tell you that. But I mean, I'm willing to send out the concept plan. I'll keep on doing that, but I'm not going to sit down and spend time writing a grant to get money for engineers when I have no input into that. And they already spent $30,000 for an engineering plant for Malaga Lake Park. And clearly it wasn't appropriate or right or whatever. We don't even know the problem. I never even saw the plan. So it's too frustrating. That's all I'd have to say.
How's that $30,000 plan?
It was actually $25,000 for that plan. I was also told that money that went, it was a grant for $150,000. And at the time, the government decided to take half of it, not a grant, it was a bond, take half of it and give it to the roller hockey, fix the roller hockey. Even though it was going to crack again, and gee whiz, it cracked again. I told them it was going to crack again. I thought I'd be an old lady by the time, like 80 years old, and get up there. See, I told you it would crack again, but it only took a few years and it crashed again. So
That's done that, right?
it's cracked again.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, there's no wasted all this money.
They're not going to do it again. They probably will. They probably will, Margaret.
And so there was supposed to be another $75,000 that was supposed to go to Malaga Lake Park, and the bond said that was achieved for those of it was legally had to be used. When I asked about that line, I was told by Mr. Finley that somehow about $20 or something $1,000 was spent in the researching or try to come up with a plan or something. Had it just disappear. I mean, money apparently disappeared in this town with no accountability.
Well, it was it. They did replace playground equipment. That was replaced. Some of that playground equipment was replaced. It just apparently needs to be done again, or I'm not even sure what the problem is, but it certainly wasn't done in a way that made it a really super attractive playground. I've been to many that have really fun things for kids, and also have places for parents to sit nearby that aren't in the sun entirely.
I haven't seen it now quick all the time, right?
Oh, well, there was a replacement over the very original equipment, but that they did do. But that was all. The only thing that was done.
Well, it's a mess. It didn't live there. You can't fix it.
Well, I think that's pretty much all the old business, unless anybody thinks I'm missing something.
Yeah. Evan, I think you should stop us from our usual complaints and whines, right?
Offer.
Any new business that anybody wants to talk about?
Yes. Community Day.
Okay.
Did you, when you talked to John Stippick, did you happen to ask him about the materials that he has that we were going to use for Community Day last year?
So I just saw him yesterday. We put all the stuff in the old ambulance building.
Oh.
He gave me tons of stuff that he has. And I think some of it was some of that stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't think to look through it or anything, but I can always go back and look through it and see what we have. Because
it seemed to me that whatever our theme was going to be last year, and I'm wondering what it was.
I don't remember. I can't remember either.
Well, we can look. But John had he had different display panels stuff for it, and he also had lots of handouts pertaining to night skies.
Okay.
And that and of course, Margaret, you got more of that, but John had a whole lot of material that people could take away. Remember on the tables that he had?
Yes.
So anyway, we will be asked soon to reserve our space again, and we do need to put down 3 people who say that they'll be there and that will come the next morning to help with cleanup.
Okay.
So last year I put John and myself and Evan. And I don't know who our 3rd person is going to be this year. Maybe we can we can ask, I don't know, anybody at the table right now?
It's just $1,000.
Yes, you would. You said.
Well, you could charge for it, that's for sure, in my opinion. But in any event, I assume that always seems to come to me, the table reservation thing. I'm on that mail list, I guess, which is fine. But we really need to know what we're going to do. And it would be nice if we could just use what we were going to do last year.
Yeah. Let me, I'll go back to the building and go through the stuff that he gave me.
Okay.
You see what I find, and I'll report back to you.
Okay. And I'm home, after this weekend, I'm home for 2 weeks because I've actually rented my house to my homes. So I'm not going to be going down, so I'll be available for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, practically every day, if it's helpful to meet about it.
Yeah, we got it. Sure.
So we can get that together. And we still have to find more help. I mean, I'll recruit my nephew as usual, but
Yeah.
that's not enough people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So find out what back.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, because I really don't remember what it was supposed to be. So, did you ever said?
Yeah, what was that?
I'm going to look at the minutes that we have from last year, see if we can find any clues about what we discussed the topic was going to be for.
Sure. When did we discuss it? What do you think?
Probably probably. Yeah.
All right. I'll just open them.
With that.
Community day.
Yeah. Probably June, July, August.
Yeah. All good stuff.
Our theme for that year was the nature of Franklin Township. It was going to include display material and signage. Well, here, let me just make it available. Well,
He made you. Like,
This has got the minutes up, apparently.
yeah. Here. Okay, can you see this? Community day.
You can sort of see it. Yeah.
Okay, you can see it. Nobody else. I mean, you have to look at the laptop. You helped me pick up tables, tents, materials. Okay. You, me, and John and Andy were volunteers. The theme was the nature of Franklin Township, farmland preservation, night sky protection, forest protection, what trees do for us, native plants and animals, including information on converting lawns to wildflowers. That's the stuff that John had.
Okay.
Waterways. I'm not sure what we were doing for each of these things now. I was going to create the signage for each topic and materials for farmland, forest, waterways, and plants and animals. My God, that's the whole thing. And Mr. Stipik had display material and handouts on night skies and the lawn conversion. Okay, I guess I was supposed to do more than I remember doing. But whatever I did, I gave it to John.
Yeah. Okay. But he gave me a whole bunch of plastic tubs full of stuff. Because I'll look through there and see what papers and I could find and everything.
Yeah, that'll be good because and I was going to put together a recruitment sign-up form that could be used to increase our email list and perhaps find some additional EC guest participants. All right, once we look at it, then I'll know whether there were things already on farmland, forests, etc., and waterways. I'm not sure. I can't recall what I did. But we had it. We were ready to go until it got canceled. So it must be pretty comprehensive. I'm not sure I did all of the signage that we might need, but that's easy enough to do.
he was like, take pictures of his rock. As far as JJ.
What's that?
I think John Stipik was going to take pictures of his own garden to show how. Yeah. And so that's done.
And yes, he must have done that because we were ready to go with putting the stuff up.
So
Additional.
We actually do that every year. Yeah. Yeah. And John gave me the tank too, though I can do that as well.
Yeah, we always have fish. We always have all of the stuff that the kids can touch.
Yeah.
And we have all of the things that are pressed and that we put behind the glass. All of that's in tubs in the ambulance building. But the specifics are what John gave you, I think, for that exhibit, because we always do a separate exhibit. I always bought the display stands from South Jersey Land and Water Trust, which I can do again if you want. I assume we will want that. You and I eat them, and then we can report back in July to everybody.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have 2 weeks up with Suzanne.
Well, where I'm in Franklin rather than in May.
We'll knock out of Unity Day.
Yeah, right. Hopefully it's done.
Yeah.
Any other new business anybody wants to say anything about?
except I did converse with Pete Petrovich, and I emailed him because of the blog. And unfortunately, he had changed the password and he changed the email to get into it. But he says hi to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work with them to see if we can somehow recover it. Sort of going nowhere. Think what?
And I'm also wondering about the Pete and Deborah worked and put together that whole contaminated site list that was well beyond what DEP has available for Franklin Township. We had all of that. They spent a lot of time and created that whole list, and it's a shame we couldn't, report on it, on things that have been resolved or anything that needs to be added to it or taken off or whatever. I don't know. Be nice to find that out too. That was all under Pete's control.
Is Waco still converse with Ray so I can ask you more?
Yes, hopefully.
It seems like there's been countless hours of very knowledgeable volunteers giving such valuable information. And it's all been portioned, gone, not used.
Talk about here?
There,
Yeah. Where's you at?
No.
Dude.
Yes, he lives there.
Connecticut. Yeah. Maine? Oh, they're in Maine.
May.
They originally went, I thought, to Connecticut. But anyway. Well, some stuff has, Margaret. It hasn't been that bad. I did talk actually to the guy at DVRPC about updating the environmental resource inventory. And they've just, off and on, they've had staffing problems. Like they'll lose somebody and they don't have quite enough staff, and then they hire somebody else. But he thought we should talk further about it because it might be not that hard to do an update. And what I wanted to get was a price. But I haven't gotten that yet. I did talk to him just last week, as a matter of fact. And of course, one of the things that the Master Plan Committee has said is, and that the planner has said is, the planner, Chris Doppney, that we need to update the open space and recreation plan. Now, I don't even know if that's worthwhile because the old one has never been implemented, and until it is, I don't see the point in updating it. But still, maybe it's worth it. At least it's a recommendation, perhaps going back into the master plan, the updated master plan re-examination. It's a recommendation in there to update both the ERI and the OSRP, as the Open Space and Recreation Plan is called. So,
Okay. Should we adjourn?
Yes.
All right.
No mail? There's never any mail, huh?
Oh yeah, no mail. I'm sorry. Yeah, forgot about that part. Yeah, there's not. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
We'll be right.
All in favor, say aye.
Hey.
All right. It is 8:37.